You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
All right, and we are here. So, this is episode 131 of the Not Your Man's podcast. So, we are trying something new today. This is going to be our live streamed episode. So, if you want to talk shit with us and interrupt while we talk about this music, I am in the chat. The chat will also pop up in the middle of this broadcast. So, if you want to spam us, I got a bot here for the spam shit, but other than that, let's jump right into it. So we started off the week with a clout project, essentially. So this is the Whole Lotta Red EP, and this is by MartyR, who got he was that dude whose song was bumping around on fucking TikTok for a hot minute. And he named this project Whole Lotta Red because Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red was supposed to come out, and that got delayed. So it's kind of like a clout thing so people can see it, or if you search it looking for the album, blah, 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 blah. But this is honestly one of the worst 4 pieces I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. This shit was garbage. This shit was fucking...
Does he have a lisp?
Honestly, I don't know what it is, because he usually sounds like... If you listen to his other music outside of this, and I only know it because of the TikTok song, he high-key kind of sounds like any of the voice actors from Yu-Gi-Oh! He kind of raps like that. He sounded weird on his TikTok song.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, but on this project, it was just fucking weird noises. It was super over auto-tuned, over pronunciation. It was if Young Thugga 1,000 times.
Yeah, it sounded like he had marbles in his mouth the whole time, and he hit the volume up, or hit you know what I'm saying, he pitched his voice up.
It was garbage. It was high. It was high fucking. The fucking effects were really high. He was pronouncing the words mad sharp. And honestly, this was 4 songs, but this was garbage. Absolute garbage for 4 songs.
It's almost unintelligible. You can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
I mean, I guess that's what the fucking kids like, man. I don't know, but this shit was pretty fucking bad. But that was to start the week off. And then we got into some Jesus raps. This was Red Meets Green EP by Tank McCoy. And I don't know why he didn't put and Zay Hill, because that dude Zay Hill's on pretty much every song, minus the skit at the end of it. But this is dope, man. Tank McCoy's that dude we did, the Christian rapper dude. And he's doing this is some new age turn up stuff, but it's still, for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking for his Lord and Savior.
It was smooth, though.
I'm not mad at it.
It was smooth, though. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at it.
I'm kind of into the idea of decent, alternative hip hop.
Yeah, I mean.
Sure, yeah. Bring over the church.
Yeah, it's got a cool message, and it's new age, and it's still even though it still had its relatables, it still had its mainstream sound, it had its mainstream content, but on a very church, level. I'm not completely. They're not forcing no shit on you, but they talk about what they believe in and shit like that. I'm not mad at it. This was solid.
Yeah, it was clean too. It wasn't bad to listen to.
Yeah.
You're probably not even going to realize it's Jesus raps right off rip.
Yeah. I just didn't understand the green meets red, red meets green, the whole Power Rangers theme to it. There was no Power Ranger clips.
Yeah, I was a little confused. There was a couple bars, they said some shit about
yeah.
But there wasn't a thematic.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at it. It had dope hooks, it had some raps. It had some cool production on there. It was a nice little overall package, man. I can't even complain, bro. It sounded super fucking solid. It was all wavy stuff. Nothing was too exciting. Nothing was mind blowing, but nothing was bad. It was all bearable.
No aggressive snapping.
Yeah. I'm not mad at this. Did you get to peep this one, Dayz?
Nah, I didn't get to hear that one, unfortunately.
Dude,
because honestly, I'm into I'm not into Christian rap, but lately, there's been a lot of artists that are popping out that you would never think that they were actually doing Christian rap, and they got so good at masking it just to kind of spread it. You know what I mean? Where it's they're kind of subliminally passing messages and you would never know. And they kind
Okay.
of trick you into it. Like you'll be bumping something and you'll just be like, oh shit, that's what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And I've been hearing that often. And honestly, they've caught me a few times, and now I'm just kind of like into it. Like anytime I hear shit, I'm there for it.
It's cool because like they could sneak a message, like shit like that is dope to me because like if you don't know and then it hits you, that makes it doper to me. Like if you can mask it instead of being like fucking Kirk Franklin, you know, do you want a revolution? But like I remember the reason it like sparks me is because I used to listen to this hardcore band back in the day called Bloody Sunday, and mind you, the name is Bloody Sunday, but they were like stupid violent, and like people used to get crazy, and they were just heavy as hell, and they would say some heavy stuff, but I never put two and two together how Christian they were until like one of their like hardest songs was like he's talking about like, you know, nailed to the cross, and he's talking all this Jesus stuff, and it's like never will I deny my faith, and I was like, oh, and it blew my mind because I was like, they did it really well. You know what I'm saying? If you can mask it up that well and still get like the type of emotion that you're trying to go for, like, then, you know, go for it. You know, if you could turn up to the blood of Christ, bro, I ain't even mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
That's exactly how I.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Eat the bread. So so the next project was this one is Alpha+Omega by Yannone. I have to ask him. I feel like I butcher his name every time. Yannone, but either way.
How have we never done an interview with him yet? Has he just been duck us?
I don't know. I mean, he did say this is his first green check in for a minute, so maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe we can get him on. We haven't done interviews. We kind of slowed down on interviews last year after we had like some pretty big ones, but
yeah, but we've been reviewing this.
He's been consistent with reaching out to us as far as sending the single reviews, which I'm not mad at, you know, which is pretty solid, which is a dope thing. Like he's getting involved, so I'll take it. But yeah, this project was I like this project. It was super smooth. It was solid, man. It was straight like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? My issue with this is like not issue, I guess. He has a dope ear for beats. And I'll give him that. Because all the beats on here slide. You know, they were sliding. And I wasn't mad at any of the beats on here. Each of the beats were enjoyable. And anytime he had a feature on a song, the song was way doper to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it needed that. Like, if it was the hooks and stuff like that. And it's not like, I'm not trying to be like, throw some shade towards his raps or anything like that. I just feel like his raps and his verses and stuff were the last thing I came here for. You know what I'm saying? They were the last thing I came here for.
I don't know how to exactly fuck about. He kind of
say what you gotta say.
It's his voice, dude. It's his voice. He's got a weird voice.
Okay, it's probably more so the delivery too. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
You know, it's got a stiffness to it. Like he's got some moments where it sounds like he could have sauce, and then some of his delivery can be off, and it just doesn't. You know, it kind of take for how smooth the boots are. It kind of takes you out. The beats are. It can take you in and out of it, and it's like, I don't know. He's been getting better for sure. I've heard of this dude for a minute. Like I've listened to his stuff for a minute, but like something just isn't clicking fully. And I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he's missing.
Yeah, a little sazon won't hurt. But this project wasn't mad at all.
Yeah,
I was here for it. A little Salt Bay, but I wasn't mad. Yeah, it was
I wouldn't take the check away.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't boring or anything like that. He didn't kill me on these. He didn't ruin the songs. It's just you just wanted more. Like you expected like a little bit more. But what can you do? So this next project, this next project though, I like loved. This next one was Martyr Music 2, The Kingdom by Jamil Honesty. This is some good raps.
Yeah, this shit is hard.
This is some good raps. Question, Dayz, is this dude from, because I know you know all the Staten Island people, is this dude from Staten Island?
I believe he is.
Okay, because
I would have to check with like intel and stuff because he really has his ear to all the Staten
Mm.
Island artists. He kind of works with a lot of them,
Mm.
but I'm pretty sure he is because unless I'm tripping, I believe he was actually at one of the shows that I was at out there. So I might be wrong, but his name just I feel like I've heard it. You know what I'm saying at a show. So,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the cats that we talk to or like that talk to the page and stuff like that from Staten Island all were like either talking about this, but I also noticed like Squeegee O's on here and shit like that. So like a lot of people were.
It definitely makes sense if that he is.
Yeah. But yeah, he's fire. I mean, at the end of the day, he's fire.
Yeah, it was gas, bro.
Yeah, this was gas. Like this was just back to back aggressive raps and aggressive production, and he was fucking snapping, bro. He was hitting all different types of voices and doing street talk.
That calm aggression.
Yeah, man, it was fucking fire, and it was cool because he had a bunch of dope people on here. Mav was on it. He fucking snapped. That dude, this other dude, Pure, Josiah the Gift, Ace Cannons, Juggernaut, Squeegee O, P Gens. Like, this had a lot of dope underground people. Even had that crazy dude, Tamal, Carries the Culture. He had a skit on here. That dude's fucking nuts. But, yeah, but it had a bunch of fucking people on here, like a bunch of underground people on here, and it worked, bro. Like, this project fucking did it for me. I was like, yo, this is aggressive raps. Like, this is street shit right here. It sounded dope, bro. This was fire. All it needed for me was
Staten Island is definitely just like I feel like it has a spotlight on it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many talented artists coming out of there, and I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm working closer with Staten Island, or if it's the fact that like it's been this way forever. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like even if a couple of years ago, I haven't seen as many artists coming out that were like that dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that there wasn't, but just like you weren't really seeing it like in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I'm sure over in Staten Island, they weren't really seeing a lot of Long Island cats coming out. And I feel like lately, like this last like 2 years, it's like it's just one after the other. It's just like so many artists like that will have reviews for and stuff, and it's like. I'll be like, oh, where's this dude from? Oh, Staten Island. Oh, where's this dude from? Oh, Staten Island. And it's like one after the other now.
Well, they all have the thing
crazy.
that I've noticed with the Staten Island cats is they all have a standard of quality. You know what I'm saying? Like even though their sounds could sound different and shit like that, they're all putting out like high quality music. Like it's all dope quality music. You know what I'm saying?
The bar is
they
very
do.
high.
Yeah, they do.
There's enough competition out there. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like that if I had to, and it's like, you know me, I love me some Long Island. I'm not trying to throw too much shade at Long Island, but like some people, Long Island is like a gamble. You'll get artists that sound crazy, artists that sound dope, some that sound terrible, some that just need mixing, some that just need beats. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a variety, and like Staten Island just has this consistency. Like no matter what kind of style they're doing it at a level that's like at minimum radio ready.
Yeah, I think a big part of that, and I'm not shitting on Long Island because, you know, I'm not shitting on Long Island, but I feel like a lot of Long Island artists are. I just feel like a lot of Long Island artists just try to do like what everybody else is doing. They try to just they just don't really give a fuck as much as their standard goes. Whereas in Staten Island, the standard is so fucking high, and the bar is set so high. Because I mean, look at who basically runs Staten Island. That even when you have young artists coming out, like I was at a show and there was this one artist, young dude, and it's like his parents were there and he was performing, and I'm like, oh, this little ass dude. He started performing, and I'm like, holy shit!
Probably fire,
and his father's like, see, that's what I taught you. That's what I taught you. And it's like you have these kids, like parents that are even raising them on that standard, where a lot of these people, like, they understand that music has to progress and it has to change. Not everybody can be rapped in the same way, but it's like, if you're gonna do it, you better do it good, and you better do it right, and you better set the bar higher. And I feel like that's something
evolve.
Yeah, I mean, Staten Island's also like not even a quarter of the size of Long Island, but it's like, you know, still, it's like even Long Island, as big as it is, like we could still hold ourselves to a higher standard, and that's something I know we can
Yeah.
learn from Staten Island.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
We
mean,
could
a lot
definitely
of
learn
places,
from
yeah,
them.
for sure. We definitely could learn that. Like that's the one thing I learned too from like all the groups of the people. Like even fucking what's that kid named? Corey Hartless, like his team, or like fucking Anthony Cannon, those kids, and all these kids. They all have this crazy quality, like this dope standard, and you know, they also work together too. Like you can see all these Staten Island kids, they all work together. They feature on each other's stuff, and that's something Long Island just is, you know, struggles.
There's
hard.
not
Yeah.
there's not hate out there like it is out here, you know, and everybody's humans. I mean, people hate on each other and shit.
Yeah.
People are in competition, but I feel like out there, from what I've seen in the years I've seen it, it's like if you're gonna beef with people, that has to be a true legitimate reason. Like you have to really like just be an asshole. Aside from that, it's like everybody kind of cool with each other. Like people go to shows, and it's like
Yeah.
when they go to shows, they don't leave when their people get off
That's
stage.
the Long
They
that's
stay,
the
they
Long
have to
Island
drink.
special. That's the Long Island thing.
That's
Long Island
the
kids
Long
just
Island
leave.
special. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like everybody shows each other love out there. You know, I've been to a few shows, and it's like everybody shows love. Everybody stays. Everybody, and then they try to network. They go, "Yo, you got CDs? I bet I'll buy some."
Yeah.
Yo, where can I follow you on IG? And they follow you right fucking there.
Yeah.
And then they actually work together. So it's like, yeah, we're slacking. We're slacking.
Yo, it's lacking, and it's crazy because like even when you try that in
There's
Long Island,
your
it just
fan
doesn't feel
behavior.
right. Yeah, it's a weird culture. Like Long Island always had a weird culture. Even when we had good hip hop shows coming, there was always some weird shit going on, you know. But
Well, that's
hey,
because even the fucking people that are running the shows are in competition with each other. We could have a dope show with a dope headliner, and then you got another like promoter like, nah, fuck them. I'll never fuck with them again
I
now
was
because
gonna
they
say
got
the
that
promoters
dude.
be trying to cut each other's throat.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a fucking universal language out here of just being fucking shady, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. Hey man, that's Long Island. Long Island's weird like that, man. Long Island's very strange like that. It's a lot of egos. A lot of what can you do? Not everybody can be like fucking Lil Tecca, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. So, so the next project was Now I Know by Walko went black. Was Now I Know by TheRealJon. So this is the one that I did live on Twitch, and hold on, let's get Lou in here because he is hanging out. So Lou has jumped in the mix. Hey, we got a full square. All right, Lou, can you hear us?
They'll probably be able to hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly fine, sir.
We're live.
Is that the Elgato, sir? You talking on right now?
Nah, not yet. I think that comes Friday.
Okay. Just checking out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so this project that we're talking about now, this was the Now I Know by TheRealJon. So, this one was the one that I did live on Twitch. So I did this kid's album live on Twitch. And we got a great reaction from it. A lot of people were involved. A lot of people were talking to us. And, like, that was cool. Walko jumped in and shit like that. It was super dope. But the one thing that I saw that was pretty dope, like, that was really dope about it was the kid, Real John, jumped in. And he was in the whole time. And he was interacting with the criticism that, like, the chat was getting. And he was just like, you know, he was taking his notes and he was like super positive about it and stuff like that. So, yo, Lou, man, that TV loud as hell back there. But so
My fault.
so he was in there, he was chatting it up with everybody, and he was like getting his feedback from everyone, and it was just super. It was a dope environment, bro. Like he was in there hanging out, and he stayed the whole time. And then after we did the stream, I played his music on like the Not Your Man's Radio thing that I'm putting together, and it was super solid. We got some good love, but this project was solid. This is very much like a Kid Leroy, you know, Juice WRLD type project. You know, Juice WRLD's Kid Leroy's like Juice WRLD's protege type shit. But it was like that kind of vibe. It was very much so a very smooth, sad boy type vibe. And it was solid though. It wasn't bad at all. Like I actually enjoyed this one for the most part. Like it was smooth. It had like the sad boy stuff. It wasn't too deep, so anybody can relate to it. Probably more so towards like the younger kids type music. But super solid, man. Very solid, smooth, dope production. He can rap. He used the effects correctly. I think this is his first release, which is impressive because effects were, you know, how people get crazy with auto-tune on their first release. And yeah, man, overall it came together cool. It was like a super solid, smooth, like young people project, you know. So I wasn't mad at this one. So I don't know if you guys checked this one.
I thought it was smooth as well. I think for like the sound, I think it was done properly.
It was clean. It was very clean for a young cat.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that because like when something's clean, whether like people like it or not, if it's done like to a standard where it's super clean, it can be shopped. You know what I'm saying? Like there will be a market for it. So I was cool with it. He did a couple of things. I feel like if he would have switched it up a few more times, that would have been cool. Maybe get some Drake voice raps, you know, where he's talk rapping, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he didn't fully need it. If, you know, for what he had, it was super solid. And if it's actually his first project, then good for him because that's a great first project. So the next project was WhatAmItoDo by Mute the Messiah. I was a bit bored with this one. This one was a bit boring to me. It like had all the makings. Like I liked the production and I liked what he was talking about and kind of the vibe he was trying to get, but I feel like he just wasn't hitting. Like he was coming off a bit stale, or he tried things that didn't like necessarily shine, you know, that didn't work. But it's good for trying things, but a lot of stuff just kind of ruined songs for me. And I don't know, like the tracks just didn't like stand out. It felt like a bunch of polished rough drafts. You know, like when you need that extra, kick. So I don't know. I feel like there was a lot missing on this one for me. Like this could have been super dope because the production was already laid down dope, and you know the dude has the foundations. It's just, you know, tracks were either a vibe or they were just meh. Like they were just like, all right, whatever. You know, nothing ever hit that like, yo, that's fire.
It's one of those situations where he heard a dope beat, wrote whatever came to mind, you know, did his verse, laid it down, and then just said, all right, that's cool, and didn't sit on it.
Never sat on it. Yeah, like never updated it. Yeah, never tweaked.
There was no extra thinking. There was no like finalization or anything or to listen to it over again. Like, nah, there was no double checking that. It was just, all right, that's cool. Let's get on to this next beat that I want to knock out for this project.
So it was like a pre-mix, pre-master, and then it was just like put in a folder, and he was just like, fuck it, let's send it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what? Yeah, it gives you the vibe of like someone who like knows how to rap, and they're like, I could put together a project in a week, and then they do one song a day, and then they're just like, it's done, and that's it. This was kind of like that vibe. Like, this is like, we know you can do it, but like, you know, you got to dig a little bit deeper. But you know.
Yeah. I honestly hate like the trend that people do with that shit. I really do, because people don't understand how easy it is for even people don't understand how easy it is for even like for the most like common listener that you think won't hear that shit. People can hear all those little imperfections or all those little missteps in a record. Yeah. And a lot of people think that's not true because like how a lot of the music sounds today, but not like people can hear that shit. That's why like you gotta fucking quadruple check that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People don't give a fuck.
And you never know what small imperfection's gonna throw you off in a project. You know what I'm saying? Like on a song. Like one of my favorite projects that dropped a few years ago was this Femdot project, and there was one song where he kind of like slacked on one rhyme where he was talking about his cousin, and the last two words were delivered so out of pocket that it like ruins a great song for me. Like every time I go into this project, I hear that song and I hear that part, and it's just like the song is so dope. Yeah, it's like someone's, you know, on the chalkboard scratching the shit, and I'm like, oh my god, like you couldn't just fix that one line.
I've heard records that literally could have been some of like the best records I've heard in a long time, but like they just had like the wrong little tweak on their overdubs and their ad libs, and the ad libs were a little too high, and then I'm just like, I don't ever want to hear this shit again. And it's like I want to love it. Yeah, I want to love it, but no, now it's ruined. Now I don't even want to hear that shit again.
Yeah, yeah, and it's something as simple as that. Like it's something as simple as one little thing that'll throw you off, because it's also
That's
it
why I
could be
say
that little thing that makes you
pre-listening
love it.
parties.
Yo, fact, and you got to have a team of
Listening
people.
parties are important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peer reviews too.
yeah, you never know what people are gonna hear. That's why it's good to send your stuff out to a bunch of trusted ears first before you say it's final. You know, because they'll find the smallest, like the littlest shit. And you need to find that, and that's how you perfect an album. That's what those dudes that like spend mad money on production, like those teams that run it a billion times to make shit perfect. That's what they do, you know.
That's
the
why when
industry.
we do reviews, sometimes we say you can hear the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear that money, bro. Sometimes that money is very real out here. But you know, that's how it is. So this next project was "Write It in Blood" by Milano, Constantine, and Body Bag Ben. This was
Body Bag Ben.
Yeah, it's a great name. This was a good time, man. This
This
project
shit was gas.
yeah, this is like just aggressive voice raps, like old head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Barking.
rap at you. Yeah, like this shit was wild aggressive, and I was a fan. I was like, yo, this is my kind of raps. This is fun. Like there is nothing that I didn't like about this. Like this shit was a good ass time, bro. Front to back, they had some bangers, man. I wasn't mad at it at all.
I knew that it would be aggressive because you can't have those fucking names and come on fun. Like imagine having names like that and the whole thing was like sad boy love songs.
Oh my god.
I would
I
vote
think
to
Johnny would have been
never
into
have
that.
this- Yo, Johnny loves weird shit, so he probably would. But
do.
I would have voted to never have him on 90 Mans again to
Yeah.
do that to me.
You're blacklisted.
He's blacklisted for tricking me.
Yo, imagine that fucking Body Bag Ben out here with the sad boy raps, bro. I'm not mad at that.
That'd be some heat, maybe.
Hey,
Maybe he killed his girlfriend, and that's what the
Yo.
song's about. Now he said,
Body Bag Ben.
"I just
killing
gave him
bitches.
a whole album plot now. I want
Dude,
to
if he's looking to make that transition into that, you know, into that world of sad boy music with that name, he's got it. He's got a whole like remarketing program. I'm not mad at it at all. But yeah,
That's
man,
it.
I like that project. I like a good, you know, I appreciate a good duo, rap duo, when the contrast is there, when two dudes are just back and forth, even if they both sound the same.
I love
I'm
that shit.
on board. Yeah, like they could sound the same or not, as long as it's aggressive. I'm on board with that kind of energy. Like that kind of energy is dope to me.
Yeah, pass the mic style shit is that's my yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Love that
that's,
shit.
That's like an unspoken fucking like art right there. But hey, I'm here for it. So so in the name of sad boy stuff. Speaking of sad boy stuff, this next project was pretty sad boy stuff. This is called the Dog Days 2 EP. I didn't listen to one, but this one was by Benjamin Major. So before we jump into this, for people that want to know, if you dive into our single review days, like on Mondays when I do the single reviews, if you jump into there and you participate and I see you talking to everybody, which I do see, I take note of this stuff, you can get a free review out of me. Just straight up. Like send me your project and I'll
Just for the
give you-
interaction.
Yeah. And this dude, his producer was the one, Young Nothing, the dude who was on the first track. He produces. He was the one who sent this, and he was super into it. He stayed the whole time. He was talking to everybody. He he mentioned this project too, and I was like, bro, I'll do the review for you. So, granted, I did do the review, and this project was a good time. This is some good sad boy shit. This is some mellow sad boy stuff. It's nice, man. And he was rapping too, like for a 4-song jam. He was rapping on like a kickback type project. He was having a good time, bro. Like this shit was dope. Like I wasn't mad at all, and I really like the production. And if you're gonna come out with a 4-piece, a majority of it should be fire. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you're gonna have a club song on there, most of it should just be like some melt your face shit. Because you want, with that small bit of work, you want people to fucking come back. You know,
Yeah.
you want people to look at your
Yeah, you want to be
catalog.
looking for more.
Yeah, So you can't like slack. When people put out like throwaway EPs that are 4 songs, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, you know? Like you're wasting everyone's time, including like ours for sure. So it's like, not here for that energy. But this one was super fucking solid. For anyone that listened to this, it's 4 songs, straight to the point. Very, very, very fucking solid. Very fucking solid. So let's see. Let's dive right into it. So this next one, another me just giving PSAs. So if you just know someone who raps and you want to do it and you want to send in their project, or if you want to see if someone gets cooked or not, dude, again, more than welcome. Send the projects over to us. So this one was sent to us by another rapper, and shout out to All One. He sent like 6 projects to me of just other people. Like, he didn't even send his own. He was probably featured on one of them. And I'm like, that's dope energy, bro. Like, you sent a bunch of projects, and I'm here for it. One of them got a green check the weekend before, and this one didn't get a green check. This one got a lemon, but this project, you know, it was missing a good amount. But this project was it was called Lawyer Fees, or Lawyer FEE $ by Drent. Drent. You know, gotta say it
you
out
lost
there.
the point for the name.
Just Drent.
I actually want to know, like, what's the story behind Drent? Like, is that his last name or something? Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. And what's weird is this project, like, I thought I was gonna be on board with it because I looked at the cover, and it's a picture, I'm guessing, of him and his lawyer, and I was like, all right, you know, I can vibe with this kind of energy. And next thing you know, like, it was just okay raps, you know. It was just like a lot of just very okay raps. Nothing crazy. Nothing like mind blowing, you know?
Kind of obvious bars, I think, too.
Yeah, and if you're rapping about like some, you know, some lawyer fees and some shit like that, I want to hear some jail punches. You know what I'm saying? Let me we lost. Let me get Dayz back in here. But yeah, like, I want to hear some like, punches. I got you back in here, Dayz. I want to hear some punches.
Talk about carving a fucking shiv out of a toothpick.
Yeah, I want to hear, you know, I want you to rap the recipe of that, like, Dorito bag mix that them dudes make, and then they do, like, the fucking hand sanitizer and burn it. Like, I want to hear about that kind of struggle, you know what I'm saying? So, and it just wasn't giving me that, and I was like, you know, that should have been what I was getting, but it really wasn't, so I was a little upset about that. But it's solid. It's not terrible. It's just a little boring. Let's keep it a stack, you know. The beats did most of the work on this project. You know, like, the beats really
could have used some adobo.
Yeah, he could have, like, I don't know. You know, if it's your project, snap a little bit. You know, it's okay to just black out. Like, that's what I'm here for.
He probably is thinking like, yeah, let me keep this conservative. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give up too much information. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he thought about it. Maybe it's just like,
you got some open cases.
You didn't want that DJ Vlad treatment.
Yeah, he didn't want no DJ Vlad situation. Next thing you know, it's a no-knock warrant over a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
Yeah, maybe, man. I mean, I guess. I mean, I can't assume for him, but hey, you could be right, man. Who knows? He probably didn't want to get himself in trouble. But hey,
you never know.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta live a little bit. But so but that project was a little boring for me. But so this project, probably the next one, got a lot of attention from us, and I thought it was probably one of the funnier ones. But this was the actual Whole Lotta Red project that everyone was waiting for by Playboi Carti. And this project was high key ass.
High key. That's like, it was garbage, period.
Oh,
it was
my God, it was pretty fucking bad, man.
You know what it sounded like? It sounded like if you was to, like, you was washing dishes and stuff, and, like, just washing off your plate, and then, like, all the food that went, and then you just turn on the garbage disposal.
Oh my God.
That's what it sounded like. The entire thing, just the water running and the garbage disposal just running. That's what it sounded like.
Oh yeah. It was pretty bad.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yo, hold on.
Why do people like him? Like I don't get one. I don't get why he famous.
The kids.
Two, why is he so hyped?
Though you asking a question I've been asking about a lot of artists for a very long time.
Yo,
But him
seriously.
specifically, like I mean, even like Trippie Redd, I could kind of understand. You know what I'm saying? He has personality. Playboi Carti is just like it's.
It's like Nav.
His greatest
What,
accomplishment
Mav,
is
yo,
he got
Mav
Iggy
is so
pregnant.
bad.
That was it.
Yo, seriously. But see, that's a thing. Like, in our comments, one, there was, like, some wars going on in the comments. And apparently, like, I listened to Die Lit, like, his project that came out that everyone swears by. And I was just like, it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever. It's new age shit. Like, it didn't sound like anything. I didn't care about it. Like, I didn't remember it. It was forgettable. But, like, people, these young cats will swear by it, bro. Like, they, like, swear
Young
by
cats
it.
swear by everything. Lil Pump,
Oh, my goodness.
Lil Perk, Lil Xan, Lil
very-
anything. Like,
They're very high when
Just
they
don't
listen
get
to
it.
this music, so
Yeah,
I don't think
I
they're
don't
very
know,
serious.
man. I mean,
true.
yeah, but the drugs that they on listening to this is like not the drugs like
different.
we grew up with.
I know.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like it's not even like a respectable cocaine. It's like
Nah, there's even their cocaine cut with fentanyl.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like bath salts to them. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? It's,
seriously,
yo,
bro.
look. Let me set the bathtub with some bath salts and listening to Playboi Carti.
And then eat someone's face after. No, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah,
And,
yo.
like, what's crazy, too, is, like, oh, my God. Like, this project was long. It was 24 songs. And this was
Oh, my
apparently,
God.
like, this was...
Yo, what is the trend with that shit? Like, they always do that shit, too. It's always a
it's the-
long-ass
it's the
project, and
top-
it's always ass.
Yeah, yo, it's like the little Uzi Vert one. Like, both of those projects were fucking long. Like, it was the two that everyone was waiting for, and they put it together. And that was, like, 40 tracks or something like that. And it's garbage, but, like, this dude was up there. Like, he had enough gall to drop on the first. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how anticipated this was. You got to have some sort of pull, you know? And after getting dragged for being a deadbeat by Iggy and all that shit, like, this is what you drop? Like, it's crazy. People, like,
You know-
swear by it.
It's
Yeah, you
hot.
know
It's
why I
hot
think a lot of
garbage.
these-
It's not even hot garbage. It's
Yeah.
hot garbage.
Basura. Hot basura. Nah, but listen, fucking, I think the reason why these fucking dudes be doing that shit is because I think they secretly don't really believe in what they're doing. They don't believe in themselves. So they make so many fucking songs and put on a project because they're like, listen, one of them has to be dope. One of them has to be dope. So I think
gotta
that's
hit
why
it
they
eventually.
do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think kind of like to piggyback off of that as well. I think I think it may be that, but it also could be like if I put out this many songs, like I'm putting out this many songs because maybe I'm not gonna have another opportunity to put out songs like this at this height that I'm gonna have. So
Yeah.
I mean,
This was
I
like
don't know.
this was like super anticipated though. Like, even in the comments, someone's like, "Did you like Die Lit?" Like, Die Lit was so big to the youth that, like, this was like he couldn't fail. This was his fucking 50 Cent's The Massacre. Like, this was, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was supposed to be the follow up of the century. It's crazy, bro. And, like, this was so
It's scary.
bad.
It's scary that to these kids, that's the massacre.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
Scary.
Yeah,
That's scary.
dude, there was like
For real?
40 comments in the comments about
Because
this.
I forget to fake whole lot of red. Actually,
What happened?
yeah, I didn't get that.
He cut out.
yeah, everything broke up. Because I don't remember the exact number on both of them, but did the fake whole lot of red actually get a better score than the real one?
No, wait, I don't. Let me
Okay.
see.
'Cause
'Cause
I was
no,
gonna
this one
say,
got
no,
a.
this-
So
No
this
way.
one got a 1, and then the fake whole lot of red. Let me see. I gave that a 0. So no, this one this one got a 1, and that one got a 0. So this one just edged it. And honestly,
Well, at least you're consistent.
yeah, honestly, the reason this one got a 1 is because of that Kanye West song. That song slapped because it's literally like a minute and a half of Kanye and like 30 seconds of Playboi. Like, that song slapped. But other than that, no, this was hot fucking garbage, bro. This is like one of the worst things I've ever heard. And then you had that Kid Cudi song, and Kid Cudi like just dove into the garbage with him. Oh my god, what was happening?
Kid Cudi's always just humming his way through whatever he can.
Dude, so we all know we
I
like
Kid
Kid
Cudi,
songs.
but
Yeah. What are you doing? Exactly. We worry about him. Just do drugs again, Cudi.
Yeah.
And this song had like the worst Kid Cudi hum I've ever heard. And that's like blasphemous to even come out of my mouth to say that it's the worst Kid Cudi hum I've ever heard, but it was awful. It was like triple effect, super auto. It was bad. This project just sucks, bro. Like, if people like this, then I'm very worried about our future. I mean, look what's going on in the world, They might as well storm the Capitol too, right?
Fuck it.
Fuck it. So the next project...
About to storm Drake's house so we get this album, man. What's up,
Yo,
Drake?
you guys hear that? So fucking when Dr. Dre had his aneurysm, like the day after, people try to rob his house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
Wow.
Right? Give it a minute.
People ain't shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's life. But the next project is Loner by Tory Lanez. Another one of the part of the like president of the most hated man club. Since Playboi Carti's the deadbeat, we got the beat, the womanizer, the woman shooter. So this project has like 3 or 4 good songs on it, and then the rest are kind of boring. Honestly, it didn't hit. These feel like throwaways from that great project he dropped, like the Megan project. Let's be real. And then this is like the throwaways from that project, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta put these out." You know what I'm saying? Like this.
I mean, what does he have to lose at this point? People are gonna fucking like it anyway. So it's.
I reviewed this one, right?
Yeah, you reviewed both.
Yeah. I honestly, man, it's hard because I like Torey. I do.
Yeah, Tory's talented. He makes fun music.
I like Torey.
Yeah.
But it's like this one, like you were saying too. I mean, just to piggyback off of that a little bit, like it did feel like a lot of it was throwaways. A lot of it was like he was just, I just didn't make the album. But it also felt like some of them felt like they was a little bit newer. And in a sense, like the joint with Tyga, that felt kind of new and fresh. But it was just like, I felt like he just released it just to release it, just to kind of like still have content out there. Because what he did say something about like he was gonna be dropping these packs. Like they're not albums, but they're just packs, and he's gonna be dropping them throughout the year
10
or whatever.
songs. That's a fucking album.
That feels like a cop out in case it flops.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, it wasn't a real album.
I don't know. I that first record, the intro, I was like, oh, this is about to be some shit.
Yeah. And then it just went. It just
wasn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
And then it was like weird too, because it had like some throwaway features on here. 42 Dugg is the worst feature artist I've ever heard in my entire life.
First of all, 42 Dugg.
All last year.
Every time I get the opportunity to speak about 42 Dugg,
he's terrible, bro.
It's
terrible.
He's one of those, another artist that's just like highly regarded, and then he's ass.
He's garbage. But then you have like,
for why?
Then you got Torey has like Sway Lee on here, and you have a Lil Wayne feature. Solid songs. But then you got the Rich the Kid feature, which I don't understand how Rich the Kid's even still floating. But
I mean, that Rich the Kid feature wasn't that bad, but it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's describing Rich the Kid's whole career.
Yeah, Rich the Kid is just not really he's not a solid artist to me.
No, he's boring.
It's not that bad.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's not solid. He's not somebody like I would just put into, like, if he was to come on and I'm just like running like a hip hop playlist, like I'd listen to it, but I'm not looking to listen to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not it. But I mean, I don't know. I think that even a Big Tipper, Lil Wayne to me, like, this is my gripe with Lil Wayne. He's put on these songs, and I feel like nowadays it's like I'm only gonna jump on it because I know my name is gonna bring some type of audience to it.
Yeah.
It's just the
Yeah,
Torey
fuck it, why
still
not?
had the better verse on that, and I'm like, it's Wayne. Like if I'm Wayne used to come on and just
Steel tracks.
it don't matter who came on before him, after him, his verse was the verse. You know, I think that back then the only verse that I could kind of say that Wayne he didn't get smoked on, but like he didn't have the best verse is probably Forever.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say Forever.
Yeah, but
But
other
like
than
even
that,
then, that was it's M. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, it was like, I mean, you listen to any of the luxury taxes, any of the Maybach musics he was on, any of the DJ Khaled records that he did, like it's him. It's him. Like you're just waiting for Wayne to come on so he could just spit these balls.
yeah, and then you come on, you're getting
like,
smoked by Torey, and you're getting smoked by like, you know, that's the
Baby.
second. It's just and the baby. Like it's the second time
Nah.
he got smoked by Torey.
he's got smoked by Torey twice. He got smoked by how you get smoked by I mean, I don't know.
Wayne shouldn't get smoked by the baby, and like.
What's the white boy? Jack Harlow. How you get smoked by Jack
Oh yeah,
Harlow?
you shouldn't get smoked by Jack Harlow.
You don't
like, come on,
that doesn't
man.
happen. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, like don't get
You
smoked
know,
by your grandkids.
Getting smoked by M, getting smoked by like people in his bracket.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
him getting smoked by newer artists.
it shouldn't
I
be
mean,
a
he's
thing.
getting smoked by. He got smoked by Drake. Drake had the better verse on his No Ceilings 3
Yeah,
tape.
yeah. That's wild, which is crazy. But hey,
Again though, I think he does that shit. Listen, Wayne is the type of artist that I don't think Wayne will ever actually fall off. I feel like Wayne can actually, because he's done it before, like cause he's been so versatile through his entire career,
yeah,
and he knows how to turn up the volume and turn it down at will.
yeah,
And it's very easy for Wayne to rap if he wants to rap. So I think when he does shit like that with these newer artists, I think honestly, man, I think he does it on purpose. I think he kind of lets them outshine him in a way because of the fact that I feel like he's almost fearful a little bit now. It seems like he steps back a lot more because of his situation in the industry. I think that maybe he feels like, yo, if I start trying to demolish these dudes on songs, which is easy, then maybe I'm not going to be on these other records. And right now, his sales and everything aren't shining like they used to. So, and that's how it is right now. That's
bro,
how they're making.
You get on a record, you gotta. I mean, there's no. You know what you're getting from like M. Like if M jumps on that record, M is smoking it. Like you gotta bring your A game. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Wayne is gonna jump on these records, bring Carti 3, bro. Bring Drought 3. Bring all of that, bro. Bring No Ceilings 1. Like I need that energy. I need that type of Wayne to jump on a record. I don't like these. I'm just gonna do it because
legends
I'm gonna do it. I'm getting the bag.
Slack. Like legends are supposed to show why they're legends on tracks. Like you've never heard Big Daddy Kane slack on a feature. You've never heard Eminem even slack on a feature. You know what I'm saying? You've never heard
not even Hove.
You've never heard Hove slack. And I'm not even like the biggest Hove fan.
I've never heard a Hove
feature
feature where Hove didn't fucking go nuts.
Yeah, and that's how you're supposed to do it. Like even Nas, like you're not supposed to just. You're a legend, so you're not allowed to dial it in.
Yeah, you're not. You're not. I mean, you look at Drake. Look at Drake jumping on all these younger artists. I mean, he's going nuts. What's the record that he did with the baby? Not the baby. Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. And look what it does for Drake's stock. His stock is never dropping.
Ever, and he goes nuts. He goes nuts.
It's quotable.
I literally
like
listen to one of those songs
songs
because Drake. I know Drake is gonna deliver.
Yeah.
The 21 Savage feature that he just did. That song is on the radio because of Drake.
Yeah. He went nuts.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I feel like Wayne is one of the artists that, at his time, he was always called the greatest rapper of all time and all these things. I feel like, and some of y'all might be like, what, when I say this, but I feel like his greatest rapper of all time thing, when it happened, I felt like at the same time, it was almost like with a lot of these younger dudes, it's like more like a trend. Because if you really look at it now, those same people don't, not that they don't feel like he's great or whatnot, but like nobody really gives him the same kind of respect that they did. Whereas like Lou was mentioning, when you got like when you got Hove, when you got Drake, you got these artists that their names are still so powerful, and their product and money is coming in so heavily
Yeah.
that it's like their names still have that same power. Like you got an artist like M and Jay-Z,
But see,
there will never be a time that their names won't generate money. So
see, that's the thing with Wayne. I feel like Wayne earned that too, though, because like I feel like when he was being called the greatest, that era, it's not like that was a new thing, because Wayne was already around a long time before then. He was just buzzing in the South. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like comparing to these younger guys who are just being called legends now, I feel like Wayne was the first legend from like a new world for these people, but he paid his dues. Now it's just, oh, you're a legend because you just came out. You know what I'm saying?
Wayne's just gotten, I think in retrospect of everything I'm saying, is Wayne's really kind of got fucked out of his exposure and everything. Like you said, Wayne was around forever, and then he finally got the exposure that he needed, and he blew the fuck up. I feel like so much exposure was taken away from Wayne after.
I mean, he was getting stripped by, he was
money.
getting dicked over by Baby and all that shit.
And I feel like that's why his name, like, is as much as like he's still respected. I feel like that's why it's like, you know, people don't go like, oh shit, like they used to when he's on a record. And I feel like that's fucking whack. I feel like that sucks.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's why. I feel like that's why.
But he also, he does it to himself too. Like he has his moments where he goes a whole few years without doing anything, and like, you know, he doesn't do anything to keep his name, or he's performing at fucking porn conventions and just random shit that like no one cares for. You know, he does random shit like that, and it's like, who fucking cares? You know, like when we needed you to be in the spotlight, where were you? You know, so he definitely does. Yo, he does, and he also needs someone to tell him not to talk in public, because he kills himself when he does shit in public. But he is the perfect example. Like, not only did he father these new kids, he fathered their business. You know, their style of bad business as well. He fathered that too. So like, he is the perfect example of that, and he's gonna live and die by it. You know, dude's a fucking idiot, but you know, that's life. Got smoked by Torey. So
I got a random question that has nothing to do with anything. But speaking of all this new rap, did Lil Pump get canceled yet? After that Trump support that he showed?
He made a fighting attempt. He made a fighting attempt to get his clout back. So this, which was very funny about it, when he had the whole Trump thing happen, he like had a tweet like, "Yo, I'm not even old enough to vote yet," and I thought that was hilarious. And then he fucking he came at Eminem.
He does know like the voting age is 18. Isn't he like 20 years old?
Yeah, he's an idiot. So that was funny. That was him trying to get at it. But then he tried beefing with Eminem, and like everyone was like, "M, don't respond to him." And like Royce was like, "No." So he tried to get himself out of the cancel thing. But I think he's pretty much canceled now.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Fucked up.
He's got to go back. He's got to go back the porn route. When he first got like canceled for being shitty, he started doing the Riley Reid stuff. So he's got to go back that way, or do what Tyga's doing. Tyga's making millions off of OnlyFans now, just fucking porn stars. So live it up. His name's Lil Pump. You really don't have to do much else.
Yeah, right.
You really don't have to do much else, you know. But
that's it.
It's ridiculous. But so then. Yesterday, we brought back some Soundcloud Saturdays. This is for the projects that aren't on all streaming, so I classify them as Soundclouds, even if they're Bandcamp or YouTube. Just put them on all streaming. It doesn't hurt. DistroKid's $35 a year. Like, just stop. Just stop being lazy. But anyways, this project is... Oh, this one's rough. This was The Stars Are Right by Knox. This is the dude I said raps like the wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man. This was... This project was pretty bad, man. I was not really here for it. He was talking like some flat earth shit, and then he had like pictures of like demons. The name of the songs are like all these complex words, and there's like, you know, seance pictures and shit. And he really didn't, it was just corny. It was just super corny. It was typical like, oh, I know a white guy that raps. and it was just very corny, and it was just like, I don't know, man. He's like one of those white dudes that raps but like also plays Magic the Gathering, so it just didn't it didn't sound comfortable. I just wasn't here for it, bro. Like, he sounded too comfortable, and he was trying to be overly smooth, and it just wasn't hitting. And like, it just, nothing was cool. The beats were kind of corny. I just didn't like it, man. I wasn't here for it, and I was upset because I thought I was gonna like it. I thought the art looked good, and I'm like, oh, he's got these big names of the songs, and then I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this shit was painful, bro. It was like, for 5 songs, I hated it. One song was okay because he embraced the weirdness, but every other song was like, felt like try hard shit, you know, which I'm not a fan of. We can hear that try hard shit real quick. But and then we did one more. I did one more that was submitted, and this was, oh yeah, this is Lupus Day. So this one's called fucking As Always by Lupus Day, and Lupus Day can rap, but gets lazy, and that's with every single project he sends us. Like, he goes in, Walko, I think you're muted. I see you talking, but I can't hear you. But yeah, he can rap his ass off, and he just doesn't go nuts. Like, and he's rapping over these very beautiful.
How many tracks were on that project again?
The Lupus Day was 9, and
I don't get it.
He fell off at like 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like 5 tracks on there where I was like, you can throw these out, because he just isn't snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can rap, but he's just kind of.
I reviewed one of his other ones, and it was the same thing. He got the same review. So I don't understand why he doesn't, like, maybe he's just like, whatever, these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But it's like, yo, like, it's the same thing over and over again. I don't get it. Or just cut your project off at like 5 songs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. And it's like, and I like he's got a dope voice. He's got a dope delivery. He sounds like a Queensbridge rapper, if you want to keep it real. And he slides, and he picks like these dope, beautiful beats, these dope, smooth beats, and I'm here for it. I'm like, yo, these beats I'm rocking with this, I'm rocking with this energy, and then it's just like, when it comes to his just content, it's just like, slow down, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, he's not selling anything to me, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, oh, I can write some raps to this, and you'll get a song with like 2 verses, and like, that's it. And maybe you'll get a feature on there, but sometimes the features, honestly, some of the features didn't do it for me. General Back Pain didn't do it for me. Killy Shoot didn't do it for me. But that Roach Clip dude snapped, so that made the song super fire, because they add that flair that like Lupus just isn't giving us, and like the hooks will be lazy hooks, and like you already have like kind of like lo-fi beats, and like lo-fi isn't boring, but it isn't the most exciting. You know, like, lo-fi is like a beautiful background where you're supposed to fucking go off on. And he's just like, kind of just like chilling in the background. He's got a camo suit on, you know what I'm saying? Just like blending in with it. And but it's still solid. I don't know, man. And I try to give it like its own individual listen. I don't want to compare it to his other stuff, but like, it's like, yo, Lupe, like, you sound dope and you can rap. I need you to go crazy. You know, I need you to snap. I need you to go fucking nuts. But, you know, what can you do? What can you do? But, yeah, that's all we got, man. That's all we got for that. Walko's just done. He probably jumped into another app. That's why we can't hear him. I could just see him smiling creepily in the corner. Just creepy smiling. But, other than that, man, that's really all we got for the episode, man. There's really not too much craziness. But, I think this stream went super smooth. It looks good. And yeah, man, I think this is where I'm going to end the stream. But, yo, anybody who wants to send us some stuff, hit us up at Not Your Mans, any social media platforms, emails at Not Your Mans, everything at Not Your Mans. Talk nice to us, hit us up. Other than that, it's been real. And, guys,